Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I come to you fresh-faced, and since we are almost all states are at stay-at-home orders and you don't have makeup on, you could just say, well, I was fresh-faced today. So if you don't have makeup on, that's cool too. But I wanted to do a video several weeks ago, and it was a video that was using makeup products and do a full face of makeup that only was from makeup that I got couponing. I got a lot of really positive response from that idea. I did it and it looks terrible. The makeup looked terrible in another video that I filmed that day. I was rushed. I wasn't happy with the video, so I thought I would redo it, and now that we have mostly us have nothing but time on our hands, I wanted to do this video again. Yes, that is what I have for you today. And what I want to start out with is primer. So this is going to be an absolutely full face of makeup. My hair might look terrible, but I rest assured it's clean and brushed and all that jazz. But anyways, the first thing I'm going to start out is with primer. And the primer that I have is the number 7 Airbrush Away. And I'll tell you where I got the item at. And this was from Walgreens in the large number 7 gift set. That was around Christmas time. And I used this once before and I adored it. I also have a couple of other ones that you could use. The Revlon primer is amazing. But I want to share a tip with you. Now, if you have an issue like I do, and that is the foundation on your, if you put it on your nose and it separates and it falls away, and it ends up not really sticking well on your nose, I have a solution for you. But first, we are just going to prime up our face. So you're just going to spread it. You're not going to put it on your nose if you're like me. If you're not like me and the makeup sits on your nose just fine, then you are good to go. You can put it on your nose and everything is just glorious. But this stuff is kind of thick feeling, which is something that you want. You don't want a watery primer. And what this does is a good primer will fill in little fine lines, big pores. And while you let that sit in for a minute, you definitely want it to set on your face a little bit and kind of soak in a little bit before you go on to the next item. So then the next thing I'm going to do is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Finish Foundation. This thing is like $6 at Walgreens. I got it during a beauty event, so I'm very excited to well, I was very excited to try it. I actually really like it. So if you don't have an eye primer specifically for eye priming, what you'll want to do is just use some concealer. So you're going to want to use the sponge that I have here, and it comes from the Creme Shop at CVS. I got it in a gift bag set during the holidays, and it is a really good alternative to something like a beauty blender if you don't want to shell out the money for a beauty blender. Now, if you don't have a specific eye primer, that's totally fine. Just put concealer on your eyes. But if you have that issue like I do on your nose, definitely invest in an eye primer to keep that foundation on your nose. The last makeup video I did, I was like, why is this not sticking? This is good foundation. This is good products. Why aren't these working for me? And I looked it up, and that's what it said to do. I tried it, and it worked. So you're just going to want to bounce it in. Okay, and if I didn't tell you this, you definitely want to dampen the sponge, and the sponge will expand. It'll help disperse the makeup a little bit better if you didn't know that. So then the next thing we're going to use is some concealer. Now, this is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Eye Concealer. This is kind of light for me, but this is a very good dupe for Tarte Shape Tape, which is a godsend. So you're going to want to do this next. You don't want to do this first. So you're going to want to put it under your eyes. You're going to want to put it on your forehead a little on the chin. Definitely back under the eyes. And then you're going to want to take your brush again and just start dabbing that a little more fiercely. And the idea of what it is doing, it is lighting up this area and this area here. Now I do want to give a little tip. So I have drier skin, and so I want to use stuff that is going to be dewy. As much as I want matte will just amplify the dryness. So you do want to get something that is a little more dewy. That is why I have the Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. Now this might look scary, but don't worry. So now this might look a little scary, but after we add all of our items onto the face, it's going to look great. So next I'm just going to set the powder with the Maybelline Fit Me Poreless Powder. I got this at CVS, and yeah, I'm just going to tell you where I got it. I don't know how much I paid for everything, but I'm just going to use the little spongy thing that it comes with just to pat that all in there. And I just use just a little bit just to set it in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the JOAH Selfie Ready Setting Spray. It's a dewy one, and it's called Do Me a Favor, and this is exclusive to CVS only. So I have not used this before, but I got this a long time ago. Whew. So you're going to want to use that in a couple of different steps here. So I do have my base of my face pretty much ready to go. But we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to go in with other things. So the next thing I'm going to grab is some Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Bronzer. And this here I have not tried yet, but you do know my love for the Skin Lights. Now the other product that I had was a very large round compact of CoverGirl Full Spectrum Bronzer. It did not blend. It was terrible. I have no idea where it's at. I must have thrown it out because I didn't even want to give that to somebody. It didn't blend. It was splotchy, and yeah, I do not recommend that product at all. I'm glad I got it couponing and not thinking that it was a decent bronzer. So we're just going to add a little bit here. And the idea for doing this is to just add a little bit of dimension in the cheeks because we're going to be bronzing, blushing, and highlighting. But we're just going to put a little bit through here. We're going to put it up on the sides, and we're going to put it up here around the tops of our forehead. Whoa! That looks terrible! Now you do want to take a little bit down here. It does just create a slight shadow. You definitely want this to become so rubbed out because you do not want it to look like you have any stark lines or anything like that. So if you do that, this step is definitely optional. You definitely want to blend beyond recognition so it doesn't look like you have any makeup there. You just want it to create a shadow. Next, I'm going to take the Milani Baked Blush, and I got this at CVS actually not that long ago. I've used it already. I absolutely love it. And yeah, we're just going to put that on if I can open it. There. So this is kind of like a blush and a highlighter, but I am going to use a highlighter with it just to show you. But if you were to get this and you wanted to, you know, make your skin look amazing with it, it would totally work. So I'm just going to put a little on here. And it's funny because me putting on here, looking at it in the camera looks completely different than what it looks like in my mirror. So I don't know. It looks like I have hardly anything on in my mirror, but on the camera it looks like, whoa. So we'll make it work. And the idea is to blend the bronzer and the blush together. You definitely want to do blending. It should blend together just fine. And this brush I got here at Christmas time with, yeah, see that looks so dark. And I swear to God, it looks nothing like that in the camera or in the mirror. That is crazy how different that looks. And this I got at the Christmas clearance from Target. It comes with a set. I absolutely adore this brush for my blush, for my highlighter. So you just want to bring it up a little bit. And then we're going to blend some highlighter in it. So then I am using the Skin Lights highlighter. You guys know that I love this. This is the color Daybreak Glimmer. We're just going to pop this on the cheeks, and it's going to just give it a little bit of pop. Now, if you don't like shimmer, highlighter, dewiness, then obviously highlighter wouldn't be for you. But is something that I love so very much. So I just put this on the tops and kind of just make sure that it's blended well. And then you can go like through here if you want to, but I just put a little bit at the tip of my nose. I have no idea what that was. And then I put a little bit here on the Cupid's bow. I really have no idea what that is. I'm the only one home right now. So anyways, there is that. So now it doesn't look as bad when you have your cheeks done, but I swear this looks very light and faint in my mirror. So it just must be the composition. But I will also insert a filterless photo of what I look like as well, I guess, if that helps. So then next we are going to go in with the eyes. So the next thing I have, and I've raved about this product before, so of course, why not use it? But this is the JOAH Cosmetics Brow Down to Me. It is a brow pencil. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. There we go. It is a brow pencil and a brow gel. So if you hear any clamoring or clapping around here, it's just me putting stuff back into my vanity. It's not even a vanity, it's makeup drawers. So anyways, I'm just going to do what I normally do with my eye makeup, or my eyebrows. If you can see, I hope you can see that. So I just drag it back just a little, nothing crazy and unnatural, but you want the end part of your eyebrow here to be darker. Still don't know what that sound is. Then as what you want it in closer to your nose, you want that a little bit lighter. So I do just put a little bit of pencil in my eyebrows, and then I take this part here. The other end is a brow gel, but it has color in it, and it is a black brown. And then I just go in and I color all the little hairs to try to make it look as natural as possible, because I really don't want to look like excuse me. I really don't want to look like I have drawn on eyebrows. Good Lord, that would be terrible. Okay, guys, I had to switch to my phone because my camera battery is dying. It said fully charged when I started, but yeah. And as you can see with the phone, the makeup is much more subdued than what it looked like on camera, because there's no way I could have just made it so muted. Okay. So muted all of a sudden. So anyways, now I'm going to work on my eyes. And what I'm going to use for the eyes is this right here. This is the Physicians Formula Rosé All Play palette. It is gorgeous. So let's show it here in the light. That is so, so pretty. Okay, so next I'm just going to take a Morphe brush. These are super cheap. So no, it's not a couponed item, but it is something that you can order on Ulta, and these are like $4. They're really super cheap. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the matte color here, this color here, and we're just going to make a base with it, and we're just going to spread it on. It's not really going to give a lot of color because it's actually very close in color with my skin and with skin in general. So we're just basically going to use this as our base. And I've just been a makeup addict ever since. And I've always just, yeah. Now, even though I'm still a makeup addict, I just don't wear it as much because I'm lazy. I don't know. So next we are going to take this color right here in the corner. Now they have the names on the back. I think this one is called Last Call. So what we're going to do is, we're going to use this one up here first. And this one is called Nice Stems, like a rose. And this is going to go in our crease. And you're going to want to blend back and forth like this. And if it doesn't look like it's blending out well, just keep going. Keep going, because there is still makeup in that brush you can't see, and it will just keep blending. And if you really don't think you have enough, then you can always build it up, because this I did experiment with in the first time I tried to film this, and this is a very buildable. We're going to have it like this, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And what I like to do, this is how I do almost all of my eyeshadow, is I like to do the makeup in the crease, and then I like to do a little bit darker in the center or the corner here, and then I like to put a shimmery on the inner portion. I'm just putting a little on the lid here because I am going to do two different types of eyeshadows. In the corner, I'm going to use a darker color. Now I'm going to take this color here, this darker color in the corner here called Last Call, and we're just going to dab it and we're just going to swirl it in a motion in the corner of our eyes. And we are not really going to go anywhere with it. We're just going to be in the corner swirling. There. You don't really want to go anywhere with the brush. You just want to stay in one spot and go in circles. Now, if you go a little far down there, then you can just take your little, whatever this is, sponge, and kind of clean up the corners. There. Now we are going to put our makeup brushes away. We are going to take this color right here. This is maybe not that one. Let's try a lighter color up here, a little more gold in it. Actually, you could probably do both of them, but this one up here is called Fresh Bouquet, or you can use this one down here called Flower Market. And they're going to feel extremely different. You're basically going to want to take your finger and you're going to want to swirl it and get a good amount there. And you're going to have it on your finger like this, and then you're just going to dab it in the corners and go about halfway back. And I'm not really digging this color here. I think it's a little light than what I would do. I'm just going to wing it and go with it. But yeah, you're not going to want to use a brush for this. You're going to want to use your finger. And I think I got a little bit on my shoulder there. But you're just going to want to have it on your finger. And you're going to want to pat it in and dab it in. That is the best way this stuff will go on. And then we'll do it on the other side, and then we're going to set again. So I did end up taking that little bit darker shimmer color and going here more in the center. So yeah, I really, really like this. And it is a good dupe for this guy right here. This guy right here is much more expensive. I got this for Christmas at Sephora, and this guy right here is 65 bucks. So if you don't want to spend that kind of money, and I totally get that people don't want to, then this is a very good dupe. Now this was $17.99, but I got it when there was a deal at CVS, and I was able to get like, $7 back. So yeah, I was able to get a good deal with that. And then we are going to put on some mascara. I have the Blackest Black Great Lash mascara here. And I'm just going to put a little on because don't want to go nuts with it. Not really liking this mascara though. Not really a fan of it. Putting it on, I'm not really digging it, you know what I mean? There's one by CoverGirl that I hear is really, really good. It's called the Clump Crusher. Now, some of the items here, I forgot to mention where I got them at. I will put them on screen where I got them at. CVS or Walgreens. And so then I'm going to take my Selfie Ready spray. I'm going to spray one more time. And then the last thing I'm going to take is I'm going to use this Revlon here. It doesn't focus like my camera does, but that's okay. This is the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color, and this is in the color Eternite. I don't know. So I'm just going to put a little lip color on. I don't really wear lipstick a lot. But I got this at Walgreens, and it smells amazing. Ooh. All right, guys, and that is all. Now, the lipstick has come off a little because I ate dinner, but this is just a very natural look, and as you can see, this isn't too dark, but I am in natural light right now. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. And if you want more couponing makeup videos, tutorials, whatever, however you wanna, yeah, it would just be me doing the makeup and letting you know what I think of the makeup. And yeah, that is all for now, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video was helpful and all that jazz. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye. So, as you can see, I am by no means an expert, just a regular chick that likes to do makeup and coupon for that makeup. So I don't have any idea, but I just want you to know that I'm not an expert and I don't know what I'm doing. This is just how I do it and what works best for me, guys.